What's going on, guys? It's Shawnee Salami, and today we have a gameplay marathon of a bunch of narrated games put together in one long video, perfect for binge watching. Just make sure you check the chapters below and the timestamps, just because it may be a video you've already seen before or you're not interested in. So why don't we get started with this video using the War Axe, where we talk about why the people who main this weapon may have a bit of an anger problem. Let's get into it. The War Axe is one of the easiest and most straightforward weapons to use in Chivalry 2. What's going on, guys? It's Shawnee Salami, and today we are using the Berserker's best friend, the War Axe. This is found on the Knight class, specifically the Officer subclass, and the added health of the Knight class is perfect for the War Axe because I've never met a War Axe main that will not rush into a 1vx. War Axe mains are maniacs. I've never met a normal one. They're always full of anger and hatred in their heart. I think it's because this is a weapon that's perfect for people who want to be in the thick of the action. So instead of going to therapy in real life, they just go on Chivalry 2 and decapitate 2 enemies and 5 teammates in one foul swoop of a War Axe swing. And honestly, I think they're onto something because this is a lot of fun to use. I had a blast using this weapon tonight. I'm pretty familiar with the War Axe, but I haven't used it much over the last year or so. But every time I come back to it, it's like coming back to an old friend. It's very easy to use. No finesse, no precision, no brain. You don't need any of that. You're not going to be using any stabs. You're not really going to be overheading a ton either unless you're flanking or fighting someone 1 versus 1. This is a straightforward axe. You're just going to be slashing in crowds. That's really what it comes down to. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as we defend this Trayan Citadel game using the War Axe with our usual relaxing commentary along the way. A big reason the War Axe is such a great weapon is just the damage. The damage is great against every class, but something I've noticed on Trayan Citadel, a lot of people tend to run Knight, especially in this beginning part, because of how much of a nightmare it is to survive on that bridge when it's just such close quarters. And then the chop modifier you get against Footmen and Knights makes this damage add up even more. This is a devastating weapon.
Their forces try in their own
I can do a full video focusing on Trayan itself, but something that bothers me is I really think this is such wasted potential. I've talked about it before. That first phase is already over now, and I think this should be something that's similar to the first phase of Rudhelm or the very beginning of Lionspire, when you're fighting outside of the actual castle and it's just an open battlefield. Look how cinematic and cool it's looking with the flaming fields of fire and all that. It would just be unbelievably cool if this lasted longer, instead of giving us this nightmare of a bridge we're about to deal with. Either way, it's on to stage number 2. I have no idea what Torn Banner was thinking by making the stage here. This is the worst thing in the entire game. I hate it so much. The rest of Trayan is great at the very beginning, fighting through the streets in the VIP versus VIP duel, but this part is an absolute nightmare. I don't even blame that guy for being afraid to jump down there for a second, thinking it was already over. It's just so miserable. I'll do a full video breaking this down, but we're going to get in the next 1vx here while we're cornered. The War Axe does so much damage with its heavy swings that we're able to get out of that one. Here we're going to get killed by our good friend Slammin', and he does forget to teabag me, so definitely roast him in the comments for that, because usually he loves to just teabag, throw his axe in my face, make a whole show of killing me because he's not used to ever really being able to do that. Unless, of course, it's from directly behind me, ganking me, which is his specialty. If you'd like to get in games with him, me, or Mr. Apples, who is on our team we're playing with, definitely check the description for the Discord. It's the largest Chivalry 2 community, perfect for new players. We also have our own duel yard, so if you want to duel, check out the server browser and search Unyielding. It's actually going to come up right away now because we're one of the top duel yards already. All good stuff. Great work by Shy doing that.
Defend the gate!
So originally I'm thinking about hiding and taking a forward spawn, but I knew there would be some archers hiding over here, and I figured I would kill one or two before dying. And check out how perfectly this is going to work out. So since the objective is done, we're going to be going to the defend the city stage. We're just going to wait. We're going to chill down here. We're going to wait a minute. And since it's done, we know a forward spawn is coming, so we're going to do that. And now it's on to the next stage where we're allowed to have fun again. Something of note about the overheads is they combo very nicely. So a lot of times you can bait someone into coming closer to you after missing one on purpose and then comboing into the next one. But even in general, just in crowds, if you're able to get away with it where you're not needing a slash and can just overhead from person to person, it works very well. They're very quick. It's similar to the battle axe and weapons you see me use more like that. So as we gear up for the final stage, I would like to ask if you are enjoying the video, to please give it a like. It helps smaller YouTubers out like me a ton. And for future Chivalry 2 content, why not subscribe? Channel memberships are going to be in the pinned comment if you've been supporting me for a while. And lastly, if you'd like to support with a comment or can just confuse people who haven't made it this far into the video as you, comment down below. CK Slammin can only kill Shining Salami by ganking him from behind. Let's see if us and our War Axe can take home this win. So in the end, we are able to get the win despite not being the VIP. Slammin got pretty aggressive there, but he'll be the subject of a future video. If it's out, when it's out, it'll be on the screen now, but in the meantime, something else will be there. Love you guys. See you in the next one. Going Deathless is all about positioning, and sometimes playing like a rat. What is going on, guys? It's Sean and Salami, and today we have a Deathless Rudhelm game. And I'm going to be completely honest, guys, I don't like playing like this. There are certain points in this game where I flat out felt like I was running from fights. If you watch the channel for a while, you know I'm a berserker. I like to rush in, get a lot of kills, maybe die a lot. But at the end of the day, a lot of people do watch this channel for tips, tricks, how to get better, all that stuff. And this is a great video for that if you're trying to get better at your positioning, because I did a great job at that, even if it did hurt my ego a little bit to be running from fights that I couldn't win. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this Deathless Siege of Rudhelm game. We'll have our tips, tricks, narration, relaxing commentary, all that along the way. Let's get into it. If you've never gone Deathless before, 100% try it on Knight, because right there I get shot by an archer. If I was a Vanguard, that's it. Game over, I'm dead. You just don't get the health you do on other classes as you do the Knight. So if it's your first time doing this, just go for the Knight class. Use like maybe Guardian even, where you get the heavy shield. Any of them work well, but Guardian has the best survivability. I've only gone Deathless a few times as Vanguard. It is not easy, especially when archers are pestering you. So something I do here that's smart is I start healing, because people are coming, I'm missing a little bit of health. Why wait for a war horn when a fight's about to happen? So just get into every fight with full health if you can. And it would be a problem, in my opinion, and be very ratty if I started sprinting back to the bandage crate. Luckily, I didn't do that. I stayed in the action, stayed with the team. But now it's time to back up, right? Because we're outnumbered. We want to back up, go towards our spawn wave that's going to be coming, because this is trouble. We don't want to be fighting multiple people if we don't have to. It's unavoidable right here, though, and we are able to come out on top, thankfully due to some good footwork to stay out of range of his mace. And finally, I've been waiting for him to pop on the screen. There's Down East. We're playing together. That's one of my closest friends on here. And he's part of the Unyielding Discord. If you didn't know, the Unyielding is my Discord that I started from this channel, but it's now the largest Chivalry 2 community, well over 1,000 people. We now have our own dual server. Shy, also known as Shy Shooter on YouTube, started a dual section of it, and it's been awesome to see, because it stands for exactly what the Unyielding does. And if you didn't know, that's to just welcome new players. It doesn't matter if you're good at this game or you're bad at this game. As long as you're good vibes and nice to people, treat people with respect, and get along with everyone, we're gonna like you. It doesn't matter if you go 0-20. And Shy's done an awesome job building up a dual server that's perfect for people trying to get in duels uninterrupted, or just get better. It doesn't matter. As long as you're good vibes, you'll get along with people in there. So definitely check out the Discord if you'd like, in the pinned comment. And if you want to just get duels in, not interested in that, definitely look up on the server browser, standalone, whatever they call it now. Check the Unyielding on there. We aim to be the biggest duel server going. So this is a perfect example of how content creation has broken my brain, but also good positioning. So I get disarmed here, and I see an opportunity to get away, and I take it. I would have rather just fought the guy, and if I died, I died. It would be what it is. But I know that a Deathless video, I've been trying to record one, and if I get that up, that'll probably get a few thousand views. So I just get away and try and live to fight another day. Regardless, though, more importantly, if you're trying to position smartly, that's what you want to do. Get back and almost never take 1 versus 1s in team objectives, because you just want to be with your team at all times. This is going to be a bit of a walk back, but I don't want to edit this just because I know people want to use this as a guide for going Deathless or good positioning. So I'm leaving this in. Also, it kind of proves I went Deathless throughout the whole game. It's kind of interesting because stage 1 took a long time. We're already 5 minutes into the video and it took that long. It was very strange to see.
Double your effort. We must take that wall. Capture the wall. Keep fighting, brothers. The wall is nearly ours. Well fought. The walls are ours. Brothers, burn the masons out of their encampments.
The whole burn the tents phase was a little awkward, so you're going to see me make some mistakes here because for some reason I had a complete mental lapse. I don't even know why I forgot this. I thought there was no bandages here outside of up ahead or if I go all the way back to the gatehouse. So I just kind of was asking down east and he was saying, oh, they're overplaying me, and I didn't know what he meant. Bro is high every time he plays this game, so I don't think he knew what was going on. But I do want to give him a shout out because wait until you see later in this video, he is going to save my ass at the end. But basically what I'm saying is I didn't know where to go to heal, so I'm not actively avoiding combat. It's just kind of like, I don't know what I was thinking. I'm even looking at this like, what the hell is wrong with me?
Burn the enemy camp to the ground. We have nearly destroyed their camp. The Mason bastards have been burned out of their camp. Algathians, push the siege rams to the walls of their keep. Keep pushing those rams.
A very, very close call here. We're going to get in a 1v1 against a one-handed sword, and I'm not full health. The one-handed sword is so fast and can be very difficult to fight one-on-one, but we're able to come out on top.
Bring those rams closer.
We were laughing in voice chat about this because we're going to go unopposed here while we're pushing the siege ram for a very long time. I don't understand. They would do, this is usually the one that gets defended harder, and we were able to push this for eternity. Like, look, we're still going. Nobody's stopping us outside of one guy. It was just odd. Still going. The other team is not bothering to stop us at all. This is cool right here. This guy must recognize me as a viewer or something. I'm not really sure if it's maybe a name change, and he's gonna let me go. He seemed like he knew what he was doing, so that very easily could have been a death if he fought me. So I back up, heal, and we're on our way.
Have almost reached their wall.
Sick 1 versus 1 here, overlooking the battlefield. Very cinematic, cool stuff, and good fight.
Brothers, we must capture the courtyard! Take the courtyard!
This is extremely unfortunate. I felt very bad about this. So this is actually the guy who let me go earlier, and I didn't realize that until I saw the name pop up, and I emote sorry. So I felt pretty bad about that. If he is a viewer watching, I apologize. I wouldn't have come down here and ganked you if I knew that was you. So I've been trying to dial back the Archer hate, and especially in the Discord, it got very out of hand with TKing and stuff. I was taking the game way too serious. This is why or where it comes from, though, because I'm trying to just get back in the action, and someone a million miles away is stopping me from doing that. But again, I'm trying to dial it back. I was being a little ridiculous with how far I was going. Might make a whole dedicated video to that, but it's just the class in the game. It's not that deep. But I do right there. That is obnoxious, and you're gonna see in a minute it gets even worse. As this player thinks he's playing FIFA and not Chivalry 2, I would like to ask if you're enjoying the video to give it a like to help smaller YouTubers out like me, and for all my future Chivalry 2 content like this, why not subscribe? You can always take it back later. And if you'd like to support me with a channel membership, that's in the description of the video. It helps me out for hopefully getting a PC eventually. And lastly, if you'd like to confuse people in the comment section and let me know you made it this far in the video, comment that Smile Kitchen is the world's biggest communist.
Enter the keep and strike down the...
A Deathless run would be pretty hollow if I'm hiding the entire time, and I want to do the objective and help the team get the win now. So it comes down to this. We're going to try and force our way to the VIP. It's getting a little annoying, though. I'm trying to dial back the Archer hate. I don't know if it's because I was actually on the objective more than the rest of the game and the Archers are doing their job, or they just saw, I haven't died and level 1000 heraldry, not level 1000 in the game. I'm getting shot like every 2 seconds I try and go up there, and Down East is holding it down for me. You're going to see in a few seconds that we were in a very intense group fight, and he actually kind of secured the deaths for me by holding people off while I was fighting and healing and stuff. Very cool stuff. Let's see if we can get this done.
Enter the fortress and kill the heir of the usurper!
So I'm being shot, Boromir'd, and of course Aragorn in the form of Down East is going to come to the rescue, and we're going to try and secure the Deathless and the win by fighting these guys off. And he does such a great job. This dude's grown so much as a player. It's awesome to see. We get some reinforcements, I heal, and we're going to keep going. So the VIP got to the other side, and as we're heading over there and I look up for some chandeliers, we're going to be careful not to go under those. Someone's going to get him. Another win. Great work by the team here. Deathless is secured. And if you'd like to watch another video, there's some on the screen now. Love you guys. See you in the next one. This Thayic Stronghold game was insanely sweaty, and it came down to the very last seconds to see who will win. Well, what's going on, guys? It's Sean at Salami. We are playing with our good friend Cakes, one of the best players I've ever seen at her level. She tops almost every game as level 400. It's crazy. Check out right here as we get down, and she's going to fight for our life, try and keep us alive as she gets in a pretty fierce duel. You would think her fighting a significantly higher level player would have her completely overmatched, but she's more than holding her own. Once the other guy gets advantage, though, check this out. This is what Chivalry 2 is all about. I get up, help, and then we get the win. Banger start to a banger video. Top to bottom, this was a pretty solid lobby, but at the top of the other team, we are playing against some players from Equilibrium, and that is one of the best clans right now, if not the best, I'm not exactly sure, and awesome people in there. I get along with a lot of those guys, they're so cool. We are going to be going against Meowie, 77 Pancakes, a lot of pancake-related names in this game, and we're also going against Olympia, who's formerly known as UFO, one of the best players in the entire game right now, easily. Despite each of them farming the shit out of me, we are going to get a VIP run at the end, so stay tuned for that. I won't spoil the result. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some relaxing commentary, funny moments, tips and tricks, you know, the whole 9 yards. Let's get into it. So this is pretty funny. Absolutely nothing is going to happen for a solid 30 seconds, so we're going to fast forward. It's very weird because the match is full. We had no action. If you've been around since the very beginning when I did fast forward for a solid, I don't know, 6 or 7 months of the channel being out, definitely comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. It's always cool to see who supported from the beginning. If you didn't know, I used to fast forward through walking back from respawns and such. I felt like it was hiding something if I just faded in and out instead. But now I feel like I've built up enough trust. I cut out deaths where nothing really happened eventful, or if I was AFK answering a text, things like that, and I think it makes the video run smoother. But yeah, let me know. A good fight with Meowie here. He used a Raider main and uses the Messer and is able to take me down. Great kill by her, and then the guy really wants to make sure I'm dead. He's so scared of me, he's going to keep me in my body and make sure I'm definitely dead.
Before they bring those explosions any further. Watch your flank.
Pretty cool here. It doesn't get any better than this executioner drag here. That is exactly what you want to do when you're fighting 1 or 2 people and you have the time to get away with that. Great work by him.
Protect the blockhouses! Watch your flank!
We held that for a very long time, but now they do get the watchtower with a minute and a half to go, and it's on to objective number 2. Something that does drive me crazy about Thayic, even though it is one of my favorite maps, is going all the way down from the Stronghold all the way down to the Catapults. I feel like on this stage in particular, it's just such a long walk back. I don't really understand what that's about.
Catapult to free throw. Have nearly penetrated our walls. Stop those catapults.
Nice move here. Again, my record against the Equilibrium players probably wasn't the best, but the VIP run was a lot of fun. I felt like I was in the zone to get it the whole time. I always like playing Argon on Thayic, so I kind of locked in for this one, which has been a little bit of a struggle lately. I've talked about before how I can be a pretty inconsistent player. Sometimes I can hang with the best of them, and other times I just look like a fish out of water. A lot of it does come down to if I'm in voice chat or not. Typically when I voice chat, I don't have good games. I'm just vibing with friends, but I don't know. I don't really know why some games it's just so inconsistent. Either way, though, it's on to stage number 3 where we're going to defend the banners.
Send our banners.
So after we fall down here, we're going to be face to face with Olympia. And after talking to the guys in the Cigar Lounge Discord, I'm crying, shitting myself, throwing up, vomiting all over the place because they made this guy sound like he's a monster. He's going to kill me pretty easily, and that's another death in the books. This is definitely an autopilot moment if I've ever seen one. Why I'm dropping down there, I have no idea. Strangely, all the banners are going to fall at once, and now it's time to defend the gatehouse cranks. It's pretty funny because we were defending it very well, and then they all seem to fall very quickly, like within minutes of each other. As you can probably tell, this stretch right here is pretty brutal. Like I said, when I'm in voice chat, I don't typically play the best, so I was a little inconsistent. I wasn't even frustrated, I was having a good time. It's just, I'm kind of wandering all over the place and not really with any rhyme or reason and making mistakes. But let's stay tuned to see if I can redeem myself as VIP, because right now, this is just a brutal stretch. As we do a quick respawn, they do get the gate cranks, and now it's time to defend the courtyard. And as we get into a nice group fight here with Cakes, I would like to ask if you are enjoying the video to give it a like. It helps smaller YouTubers out like me a ton. And for my future Chivalry 2 content, you can always subscribe for more. Definitely more on the way. Lots of narrated games like this, maybe some more varied content coming soon. And if you'd like to get some games in or just join the largest Chivalry 2 community, it's in the pinned comment. Check that for the invite link. And we now have the largest Chivalry 2 duel yard. It's perfect for newcomers or players looking to get duels in uninterrupted. Heavily moderate all that. Just be nice to people, treat people with respect. You'll get along in the Discord, and especially the duel yard, where it's really taken off almost instantly. So the courtyard is not going to last very long. So why don't we see if we can get this Argon run done and win the game as VIP. So hanging tough despite being fire potted was a very risky move, but we're able to secure the win. What a game. Great job by Cakes and an awesome game against some very good players in Yowie, UFO, and 77 Pancakes. And check out the Discord, the Duel Yard, and the videos on the screen now. Love you guys. See you in the next one. The Messer, when used on the Knight class, is the best loadout in Chivalry 2, and in this video, we're going to break down why. What is going on, guys? It's Shawnee Salami. I've been spending a lot of time on Vanguard lately, and it is a great class. Chivalry 2 is balanced at the end of the day, but nothing matches the survivability of the Knight class. It really is just that simple. But when you break it down further with the Crusader class using the Messer, this is a true jack-of-all-trades type of weapon, because there is no objective on any map where you're going to be out of place. If you're in a meat grinder, say on a bridge, you're going to be fine. If you're in an open battlefield like this and you need to flank people, just get behind them, use some heavy overheads, and take the easy kills. The weapon feels great and fluid to use, it just feels natural, but when you break down the numbers and put them in a spreadsheet, it starts to get a little ridiculous. Now, a normal overhead does 70 damage. 70 damage is incredible, and it is just so amazing at getting behind block with the overheads. You're going to see me do it a lot in this video, and I'll point them out as I go. And if you want to just slash spam, you're not going to be out of place with that. 55 damage on a slash is not bad at all, especially when it has decent speed. And something I've been doing way more recently after playing with MF Thayic, one of the top players in the game, is using the stab. The stab is actually a lot more of a weapon than people think, because the damage is lacking. It's only 40. But the stab is very important, because when you're in a group fight and someone's in a 1vx against you and you can't get in between your teammates, don't use an overhead, don't use a slash, just stab. The range on it is great, and the animations are hard to read, and it's very easy to drag. Which brings me to another great thing about the weapon is just swing manipulation. I've talked about this in videos before, but the fact that the weapon has great excels and drags on both the overhead and the slash just makes it an overpowered weapon in my opinion. I do think it is a little on the overpowered side, but it's such a blast to use that I don't really care. So this Siege of Rudhelm game is one of the best games we've had on the channel in quite a while. It was very dominant. We're definitely going to experience some heartbreak in this one. Stay tuned for that. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some relaxing commentary and good gameplay, and let's get into it. You always want to know where your bandage crates are, because it's so important to have full health and then have one that you have ready to go in case you take a lot of damage. It only takes a few moments, and it can definitely save you in a pinch. Our good friend Smile Kitchen is going to be left on red. He's going to send me an invite, and I'm going to completely ignore him and not play with him. If you'd like to get in games with me or him, the Unyielding is the largest Chivalry 2 community. Check the pinned comment for an invite. So a pretty good 1vx here. A lot of people say my best ability is footwork, and it's something I struggle to really explain in videos. If you've ever noticed, when I get into a 1vx, I don't really have much tips, but if you're in one, you want to keep your enemies in front of you. You don't want anyone to get behind you is what it comes down to. But beyond that, a lot of it just comes down to reading and reacting, and it's very intuitive and thinking in the moment, thinking on your feet. Never get married to one target for too long, so I'm in a fight with this guy, and I know someone's fighting next to me, so I'm going to help him out. It's hit someone unsuspecting is the first and foremost most important thing, but now this guy, if he was a little bit more health, could have helped me out in this fight as well. So check the scoreboard out. The kills are 88 to 135. We are being almost double the kills while we're on attack. That should never happen. We're having a ton of trouble trying to get in there, and a lot of the objectives and fighting was falling on my shoulders at this point. I have no tips to offer here, but shout out Goblin Town for absolutely fucking dumpstering me in this fight. I didn't even hit him, and great job by him. We're gonna log in after this though, because that was not pretty. These bear traps can be pretty aggravating because I have no idea how I'm supposed to know that's there. When no enemies are around, I'm just walking around freely and I just step on a bear trap. That was aggravating, man. So in the previous objective, it took so long that I was wondering if people just weren't pushing the siege ramps. And now it's pretty obvious they are doing the objective, so we want to win this for them. These are the best kind of games when you can be the difference. If your team is maybe a little overmatched in the skill department, as a high-level player, you can be that difference. Well, we held the gatehouse well, so now it's on to the burn the tents phase. And from here on out, things are going to get a little difficult. Even if I'm mid-fight, it does not matter. I see an archer behind a shield wall, I'm kicking it over to send him flying. Makes me laugh every single time. This is one of those stages in Chivalry 2 that's completely automatic. The Rudhelm burn the 10th phase is one of the easiest ones in the entire game, so the fact it took that long is a little concerning, and I'm already worried about getting the win for this team. Even though that's the goal, things aren't looking too good for the long run of this match. Regardless, we get that done, and now it's time to push the siege ramps to the square. So when you talk about loadouts in Chivalry 2, you're usually talking about the primary weapon. In terms of the Crusader class, when I'm taking a messer, I always take the Morningstar, because if I want to use a fire pot and I'm waiting for the chance to throw it, the Morningstar is great in duels. It's a phenomenal 1 versus 1 weapon, so I can hold my own even if it's lacking in the 1v extra group fighting department. And an underrated strategy that you can do if you haven't done this before is if you see one person off by themselves, taking out your secondary, a one-hander typically, is always a good option, because one-handers are very fast and they can break initiative and just not respect the rules of it. In a 1 versus 1 situation, it's never a bad idea. I am lazy and don't like to micromanage like that, especially playing on controller, so I'd rather just get into group fights and kill people with the giant sword. So I talked in the beginning of the video about how this weapon is fast enough but does enough damage where you can kind of get away with slash spamming. So here I'm trying to break their line, look for a counter and slash. It's not the smartest idea, it's not the most fun way or best way to play, but it clears out the objective for a little bit, and now we're moving forward again. So if someone is able to kick you, you want to duck under it and move forward, because if they hesitate at all, you'll be able to duck under the swing and make it out with your head intact. That's what I do here, and it's kind of like the last resort, because usually you're just going to get hit. But if they wait too long, you do have that as your last resort to try and avoid the hit. So now it's time to capture the courtyard after pushing the siege ramps. This is what I'm very much worried about, because a lot of this comes down to TDM, essentially. Whoever gets the most kills captures the courtyard. You do have people straggling off to the side, of course, but if you can get them more kills than the other team, more often than not, you're going to win the objective here. Typically, that's how the King of the Hill objectives work. And again, my team is having all kinds of trouble getting kills. We're being outkilled, as you can see here. So a lot of it does come down to me. That's the thing. It's why this game can be fun sometimes as a high-level player. Vile is also a member of the Discord, and he's going to duck under my swing to aura farm me here. Not sure if he's a viewer of the channel or just joined because of the recent duel yard that Shy put together. but I decided after looking at him blocking like that I think he's trying to just emote with me and not kill me, but people jump in, so I'm going to let him take care of that.
Take the courtyard!
If you're enjoying the video to this point, I would like to request a like. It's helped smaller YouTubers out a ton. And if you've been supporting the channel for a while, channel memberships are going to be in the pinned comment this time. Shout out Llama, Cygnus X1, K Money, Sauce Codes, Smile Kitchen, and Big Bro for being my first channel members. Let's see if we can capture this courtyard and get this game done. So a few deaths at the end, going hard on the objective, all for naught. We are not able to get the win. If you would like to see another video with even more kills, check out the one on the screen now. Love you guys. See you in the next one. If you've ever used the Catapult in Chivalry 2, you probably grew up without a father figure. What is going on, guys? It's Shawnee Salami, and it is long overdue we make a video dedicated to Catapult hatred. We've done it a few times about archers, but this was absolutely ridiculous. Outside of that, this is a very good video to see what it looks like when a good player like me can be making a lot of mistakes, because everybody has bad games, and this was insanely frustrating the first half of this one, which led me to make tons of mistakes I don't typically make from playing angry and not being in a clear headspace. So as we prepare to get destroyed by the Catapult in a few minutes here, and you'll get a rant for the ages, sit back, relax, and enjoy some relaxing commentary alongside our usual gameplay, where today we'll be using the Battle Axe on the Vanguard class on the Fall of Lionspire. Let's get into it. By the way, I do have a counter going at the top right for every projectile death that's not going to be in melee, because it was infuriating in this one. There was a lot of archers, projectile deaths in general. I just died a lot. It was a long game as well, but this was absolutely crazy. I can't believe how many times I died to siege equipment alone, but there will be a counter going at the top right for each one. This is before any kind of frustration has even set in. I'm just not the sharpest tool in the shed here. Brutal. A very important tip here is that walls are physical objects. You need to walk around them. You can't walk directly through physical objects like for some reason I thought I could do there. Here I'm using the movement speed of the Vanguard to my advantage to get in and out of combat quickly, but you'll never guess what happens next. Quasi-Evil is an amazing player we're going to run into of Equilibrium. That's him right there playing Ambusher. Great guy, great player. It's about right now I'm thinking about rage quitting, and we still have a long way to go because this game has just started and we've already died 3 times to projectiles, which I usually consider not to be your fault if you get killed by a ranged thing. Most times just out of your control, and it's only going to get worse from here on out. So yeah, this is where it's going to start. Now, let's talk about it. Archer hatred is something that's a bit of a meme in the community. It's something I've been guilty of going way too far with, which is why I've tried to tone it back. But with catapult mains and stuff, this is just, you're a million miles away. You're not doing nearly what your teammates are with effort, and you're being rewarded for it like you're the VIP or the hero of the match. And if you're in the Chivalry 2 community, like the Discords and such, you're going to see a lot of people post screenshots of their high kill games, and it's the usual suspects just wanting to get validation from people. That's already a sad life to live, but if you're doing it with a catapult, just know we're laughing at you because this is just insane. It doesn't matter to you that you're killing your teammates. You don't have any dignity, self-respect. All you care about is validation from a really pretty screenshot that came at the expense of all of your teammates, more than likely, too. It's just infuriating. Like, it's a melee combat game, and I just don't understand how it's even fun or engaging. It just, I don't get it. I really don't. And right here, I'm finally in melee combat. I'm allowed to play the game again, apparently. Just when I think I'm safe and it's going to be okay, we're going to start getting killed again by a catapult. So 8 projectile deaths, and we're on stage 2. It's just, this is another reason Lionspire can be a little infuriating because it's so hit or miss. If someone's on the catapult doing this, it can completely ruin a good map. But at this point, I'm just laughing. I'm like, you know what? I'll just turn this into content because what can you do at this point but just laugh? This is just, there's nothing I can do in my opinion. But now that the majority of those are out of the way, at least from the catapult, you're going to see the mistakes set in. Now, jab to kick is something I never fall for personally because I have a lot of playtime in this game. So the rest of the video, this is going to be a focus, is a lot of the mistakes that you might make when you're playing not with a clear head. Like, you're just playing frustrated, you're dying 9 times to projectiles. You're going to make mistakes you don't typically make, and it's good to either just walk away, play a different video game, maybe even touch grass, potentially, or just clear your head, reset, and recenter. This is very dumb. This isn't even autopilot. This is just really dumb. This is all that is. Don't do that. Do not do this, especially if you're playing Vanguard, the class with the lowest health pool. Dying to fire is very frustrating. Even if it doesn't make me want to end someone's bloodline for using it, it can still be frustrating nonetheless, and it's not helping things.
Hold the enemy off at the main plaza.
Even stuff as simple as just missing a very open overhead where he was directly in front of me is that's the kind of stuff not playing with a clear head will contribute to.
Keep the masons out of our square.
We're going to get downed by a teammate, but they're going to fight hard to keep me alive and get me back up. So no harm, no foul, but you'll never guess what happens next.
Keep the masons out of our square.
Not smart positioning or discipline to jump up here and try and get that guy because we're just going to get surrounded instantly. Not a good call at all. I definitely should have been falling back more, especially because it's looking very obvious they're about to get the town square. So I should start to be getting ready to fall back. Instead, I get greedy for that last kill and it costs me. But they do capture the town square, so we're going to skip ahead a little bit. There was one death near. I'm cutting out some of these. There's just so many times I died. And I do want to respect your guys' time because this is a very long video, so I do want to cut some of them out. Even if there's nothing to gain from it, it was just a gank, I cut some out. And I do want to respect your guys' time because this is a very long video, so I do want to cut some of them out. Even if there's nothing to gain from it, it was just a gank, I cut some out. Yet another example of frustration affecting my play is I get a free hit right here with a battle axe, most damaging weapon in the game. This should be an easy kill now with someone that's half health from that. And I just make all kinds of mistakes, back myself into a corner. I miss some slashes over. It's just a disaster, and they're able to get me. So we did hold them for quite a while on the gate phase. It goes down to the last minute. And as we try to defend the trebuchets and get this win at the end here, I would like to ask if you've enjoyed the video to this point to give it a like. It helps smaller YouTubers out like me a ton. And if you'd like to support me with a channel membership like Cygnus X1, Llama, Sauce Codes, K Money, Big Bro, and Smile Kitchen, that's going to be in the pinned comment. And check out the Unyielding Dual Yard in Discord. We have a dual yard. It's one of the biggest dual yards going right now. Search that in the server browser. And if you'd like to get some games in, check out the Discord in the pinned comment. I try and play with as many of you guys as I can. Let's see if we can get this win. This point in the game, we kind of got steamrolled, and I called Quasi-Evil a very nice guy earlier. I take it back because here he's going to kill me with a med kit, just completely aura farming me. Not very nice. So a few more deaths at the end here trying to push the objective, but that was just a brutal game all around. 30 deaths is crazy. I never die that much anymore. But if you'd like to see a game where I didn't die at all, it's on the screen now. Love you guys. See you in the next one. In today's Chivalry 2 video, we have a Nailbiter on Escape from Falmire, but more importantly, we're going to put the game's most hated and toxic player in a body bag and have him have a crash out for the ages. It's no secret that Chivalry 2 is a very niche game with a small player base. So if you regularly play this game, you're going to run into the same people a lot. And if you play on PC and actively use the PC chat, you've definitely run into Doomhammer 12. And if you're on console like me and involved in the community in any way, you've heard of this guy despite not even being able to see his messages. And after getting 2 quick kills on him in the beginning of this match, he's going to take to the PC chat, and our good friend Joe Crowbar is going to show it to us. So what he's implying here is that I just play this game a lot. And he's not wrong, because I do want to address this. I've been out of work for 2 years because I detached my retina a while back, and I've had multiple eye surgeries. That and some other things that have to do with why my retina got detached in the first place have given me a lot of free time, and I live by myself. it can be extremely isolating. And a lot of my socialization day to day when I'm not seeing my real life friends or my family comes in the form of this game. Between the awesome Chivalry 2 community and my YouTube channel that's given me an even bigger community, it's been a really positive thing for me. So if you ever wondered why I have an absurd amount of playtime, that's why. But I at least would like to believe that I put that energy into something good. I've had very few beefs or drama in this game, and I haven't used my platform for it for anything other than a certain clan that's basically the Doomhammer of the competitive scene. Doomhammer, on the other hand, knows I'm awake and playing at that time because he's doing the same exact thing while making everybody's lives miserable, being just a total dickhead to everybody he runs into in chat, calling everybody a noob, telling everyone he's great and they're terrible players. The screenshots get shared in the Discords every single day. So while I'm not exactly proud I spend so much time on this game because I'm out of work, I at least don't do what he does when he's doing the same exact thing but being a driving force of negativity. So we're going to make him our little bitch in this game. Let's get into it. Just an easy Doom hand kill, standard stuff here, not the hardest guy to fight. He's not bad for a level 1000 Dane axe wielding version, but I'm much better, so we're just going to excel through his poorly timed attack there. So I'm going to try and throw a throwing knife here and get a projectile kill, and the universe is going to punish me for my sins in the form of console controls not working. Walking directly into an enemy isn't going to help either, and we're going to get surrounded and killed. Now we see Doomman in the corner of our eye to the right there, and he's not completely stupid. He's not completely brain dead. He's pretty close, but he knows not to run into me directly because I will destroy him. So he's going to try and gank me from behind, which is a smart call if I were him, and mechanically not as good as the player he's trying to fight. But I'm going to target switch, get him pretty easily. Again, he doesn't know what he's doing, and by this point I've seen the message from Crowbar. So I'm going to start teabagging him and get in his head a little bit here, because again, I try not to do this stuff, but he started it, and he does this to everybody. So it's only a matter of time before it was going to start coming after me. Something worth noting is I'm not really playing my best in this match either, so even on my worst day, I am 10 times the player Doomhand is. Again, I'm not the greatest player by any means, but he's even worse. Bro just walked into a fire for no reason. I didn't touch him, I didn't get any hits on him or anything, but I'm going to teabag him just to annoy him. And evidently it's getting in his head, because this is when he's going to send his next message, calling his whole team trash. This is a Doomhand special, it's just what he does. It's never his fault, it's always everyone else's. Unfortunately, our controller is going to disconnect here, so we're going to fast forward a bit. Now, something I do want to tell you guys is if your controller disconnects during a game, that's what causes the cosmetic bug, where the next game you go into, you're going to have default cosmetics and spawn as a default footman. That's what causes that. In case you didn't know, it's a very strange bug. And we're going to kill Joe Crowbar. Nice team kill. Shawnee Salami special. Onto the bridge. So to make him a little more mad, we're going to teabag him while we're in the fire, and he's going to crash out and send more messages blaming his team. We're only out killing them by 30 on attack, and that is not bad at all, and he wants to say that his team is full of bots and that my team is stacked. Another Doom Hand kill here. Unfortunately, he does suicide, so that I can't kick him on the ground here. Unfortunate, man. I mean, he's really not putting up much of a fight whatsoever. So I'm standing up on the wall at this point because I want to stand out and see if Doomhand wants to fight one-on-one. He definitely knows what I look like at this point, especially because I'm standing above him and he's used to looking at my nuts, but he doesn't really come up there, so I guess he's afraid. We're going to go back down and try and get the champion open so I can teabag him some more as Thorn. We are going to die a bit in the process of trying to get the champion open because according to Doomhand, these are bots, but I thought their team fought with a lot of heart and defended the prison very well.
Free in the name of our God!
Once again, just seems pretty even to me. I don't know where Doomhand is, definitely hiding. Typically what he does when he starts to get beat like a dog like this. But we're going to just not really worry too much about that at this point. We want to free the champion, not let him consume our every thought, because then that's how he wins.
Set Thorn free in the name of Argon!
So with just a minute left, we're going to get the champion free. And look who it is that's going to be the champion. It's me. I'm coming for Doomhand. I'm coming for the win. But this is going to be a Nailbiter. It is as close gets. While it's safe to say we proved our point with Doomhand to this point, before we try and see if we can get this win, I would like to ask if you liked the video and have enjoyed it to this point, definitely give it a like. It helps smaller YouTubers out like me a ton. And if you'd like to get games in, check out the Discord. And if you wanted to support me with a channel membership like Typer, Llama, Sauce Code, Signus X1, Smile Kitchen, and Big Bro, NK Money, definitely check out that in the pinned comment. The channel memberships will be there. Let's see if we can get this win. That entire VIP run was played terribly by me. I was way too concerned trying to find Doomhand, who apparently had already left the game once he found out I was VIP, to complete the rage quit. So a big shout out goes to my team for defending me so well, despite my horrible play as the VIP there. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this emasculation of a toxic player. Love you guys. See you in the next one.